What's up, YouTube? I am back today with another video. I'm Brian, and today we have a review, and today we are going to be looking at the Arctic V12 by Horizontech. So yes, the Horizontech Arctic V12 came to me from Vapor DNA, and it is a 5 milliliter tank. It's made out of stainless steel, and it comes in the stainless steel color, and it comes in black. So yes, I'm finally back with another review. I was originally going to do a review for the Griffin 25 Plus. I just want to tell you guys this real quick, but what ended up happening was I received the tank, and I put a build in it, and then it was reading atomizer low on my Alien. And so I tried to get the build out, and I must have screwed it in so tight that I stripped 3 out of the 4 grub screws, and I cannot get them out of the tank. So I sent for another one, and my mail came yesterday, and instead of sending me a Griffin 25 Plus, I was sent a Griffin 25. So it's been out for a while, so I'm not able really to do I might do a quick review in a video once I get it, but I'm going to be doing a build and a wick tutorial on it. So that goes that. I've been busy. As you guys know, I just had a baby on December 1st. So, you know, he's still at the hospital, but things have been going crazy because I've been working. I've been going up there to see him every day. But I've had a baby. And out of it also, I ended up getting a new car as well. I'm happy about that. So let's get on to the Arctic V12. So this Arctic V12, this is like the end of 2016 here. This is like the year of these big high wattage subohm tanks. And yes, the Arctic V12 is another one. Another high wattage subohm tank is competing head to head with the Smart Cloud Beast TFV8. So they're calling this an Arctic V12 because with the coils, which I'll show you in the dive down, each coil in it is a Clapton coil. There are 4 barrels, and each coil is made with 3 strands of wire. So that's 3 strands of wire times 4 barrels. That equals 12. So that's where they're getting the name Arctic V12. They also just released a new coil for this, which I do not have, called the 24. What it is a dual parallel Clapton coils with 3 strands of wire. So in each barrel you get 6 strands of wire with 4 slots, so that's why they're calling that a 24. But this is a very high wattage subohm tank, and it is just beautiful. Let's just show you how it vapes. So I have it on top of my Relo RX2/3, and I am vaping the 0.1 ohm coil, and it's coming out at 0.11, and I'm vaping it at 130 watts. The vape I get off this at 130 watts is very smooth and very flavorful. And it's warm, but it's not scorching hot and unvapable. So why don't we do this? Let's dive down onto the table. I'll show you guys the tank. I'll show you the extras. This version that I have personally came with the RBA section. Once they released that Arctic 24 coil, what they did was, instead of giving an RBA base with the tank, they put the 24 coil in instead. So you got, I believe, 2 extra coils and the one installed. and then you had to buy the RBA section. But I made sure when I went shopping that I looked for the one for the RBA section because I love RBAs, I love RTAs, I love to build. You guys know that. So let's dive down onto the table and let's get to know the Arctic V12 just a little bit better. Join me, shall you? Alright everybody, so here's the packaging the Horizontech Arctic V12 comes in. As you see, it comes in a clamshell case with this band around it that with the advertisement. It tells you got the Arctic V12. And then on the side here it shows you what coils it comes with. It comes with a 0.1 resistance coil, which is rated between 120 watts and 180 watts. And it comes with a 0.3 resistance coil, which is rated 100 watts to 160 watts. So on the case you have advertisement Arctic V12, your QR code. And then on this side you have more advertising and you have your scratch and sniff. And then on the back it shows you filling instructions, and it tells you the material it's made out of. It's made out of stainless steel. It's a 5 milliliter tank. It comes with a 12 coil and the colors that it comes in, and then it has your warning. This product is intended for use or purchase by persons of legal age or older. I like that. That's the new FDA regulations. Then you have Horizontech's website on the bottom here. So inside the packaging you'll have the tank right there. And then this is the 0.3 resistance coil right here. As you can see, it says 0.3 ohms, 12 coil, 100 to 160. See, look at that. Very similar to the TFV8 Cloud Beast coils. It looks just like it. So, as I was saying earlier about why they call it a 12 coil, in here there is a Clapton coil, which is made with 3 strands of wire. So you got 3 times 4 equaling 12. My version that I bought came with the RBA section. So here it is right here. There's your wicking slots on each side. You got 3 on each side. You unscrew this bad boy, and this is what the RBA base looks like. Those are huge post holes. It's a 2-post design. Huge airflow. Then your wicking would go in those slots right there. I am not going to build it in this video. I will have a separate video on this for building and wicking. Then you also get a blue screwdriver. You get a Pyrex glass. And you also get a baggie with spare O-rings. So here is the star of the show, the Arctic V12. So let's start from the top. You have this wide bore drip tip here, but this is a regular standard 510 drip tip. This is a top filling tank. So all you do is you unscrew the top here. There's some knurling on the top. And you just fill. Always make sure to fill in the sides. They're nice kidney shaped holes, and you could just dump your juice right in there. Try not to get it in the middle there because you will flood the tank. So here's just a look at this tank here. So here's the airflow at the bottom. It has a stopper. You can close it all the way off or keep it open, and it stops right there so it won't move around in your pocket. And this tank, I'll show you right here. This tank comes completely apart. Here is your 0.1 coil, which it looks exactly the same as the 0.3 coil. Unscrew this. I'll show you guys the inside of the base. So there's your base. In this tank, the glass comes out. It comes completely apart to disassemble for cleaning purposes. So at the bottom, here's your bottom. It doesn't say anything on it at all. And you have a gold-plated, non-adjustable 510 pin, which very slightly protrudes. Do not use this on a hybrid mechanical mod. This is dangerous. See how it barely protrudes? That's a no-go. So there you have it, guys. That's pretty much it with this tank. Let's take it back up top. We'll vape on it, and I'll give you guys all my thoughts. I'll compare it with the Smok TF-V8. And I'm back. That was the Arctic V12 subohm tank by Horizontech. So my thoughts on this tank. For a subohm tank, this is one badass subohm tank. I mean, look at the vapor, watch. The vapor production that I get off this tank is crazy. And I thought when the Smok TF-V8 Cloud Beast came out that was crazy. Honestly, I have to say, with the Arctic V12, I think the flavor on this is actually better than the Smok TF-V8. One con that I do have about this, though, and it's more of a nitpicky, if you chain vape this thing, or if you vape this thing at the high wattages, this tank does get hot. And you would think, or actually I would think that having just a standard 510 drip tip on this, that I wouldn't be getting as much of a cloud as I do. But with the airflow slots that this bad boy has, I don't even notice the fact that it is a standard drip tip. Alright, so I have the 0.1 coil in here, and it's reading at 0.11, and I'm vaping it right now at 130 watts, and it is a smooth vape, guys. Like, it's not too warm. So what I'm going to do right now is, it says it can handle up to 180. I'm going to go up to 180, but this is a 200 watt mod. I want to see if I can get 200 out of it. So we're at 130. You guys saw me vape it at $1.30. Let's go up to 150. 150 watts, guys. Flavor's popping. Just a little bit warmer than 130, but I haven't gotten a dry hit. I haven't gotten any burnt hits or anything. So let's take it up to 160, shall we? I'm probably going to get Nick sick by the end of this, but that's okay. 160 watts, folks. And as you guys can see, I'm not even taking a long hit off it. I'm only taking like maybe a 2-second pull. So let's take it up to 170, shall we? 170 watts, guys. Alright, at 170, it's getting warm. And the drip tip got a little hurt. I felt a little burn on my lips at the end there. But still, really good flavor. So we're going to take it up to 180. Here we go, guys. 180 watts on the Arctic V12 by Horizontech. Now, this is the max that it says this coil can handle. So let's try it. Let's see what it does. That was 180 watts. And right now, I'm only pushing 4.45 volts. I think it can go up to 200. Let's try 190 first. We'll go 190. We're at 190, so let's try that. Let's see what happens. Still good flavor. It's warm to hot now. Alright, guys. I'm going to take it up to 200. Alright, guys. I'm maxed out on the Rollo here. 200 watts. Let's see what happens. Full 200 watts, not low battery, no nothing. Alright, so I will say, For me, it's a little too hot, but it's not too hot that it's unvapable. You can vape this coil, the point .1, at 200 watts if you really wanted to. Holy crap, now I'm like dizzy and lightheaded. I gotta take a rest. So why I'm not vaping at the this tank is hot. See, that's the thing, when you put it up at the high wattages, like I said, this thing gets hot. The TFV8 didn't get hot like this, but I'm gonna compare them. I don't recommend it to a beginner. I think this is a little too much for a beginner, but to an intermediate user, to an advanced user, yeah, I recommend this. And most tanks, sub-ohm tanks, when I start with a new coil, I try to vape it at 30, 40 watts just to get it going. But on this one, 40, 50, 60, 70 watts, very, very weak to warm it up. I didn't get anything until at least like 90 watts on this tank for it to at least get some sort of flavor. So if you have a mod that goes 100 watts and above, I recommend this tank. It does take a lot to get going. Do I think it's better than the Smock TFV8? Well, I like the style of Smock TFV8 also, but for flavor-wise, this one definitely tops it off. And this one can definitely handle more. Like 130 watts on this is a different vape than 130 watts on their .15 coil. Their .15 coil, there's more vapor and it's warmer at 130 watts. This one at 130 watts is smooth. I can't even tell it's 130 watts. Okay, I can't vape anymore. I'm nick sick. But at the end of the day, do I recommend this? Absolutely. If I had lost this thing, or if I had broke it, or something happened to it, would I go out and buy another one? Absolutely. I love this tank. I was always a fan of the Arctic series. I had the very original Arctic when they came out with those .2 coils that you could vape up to 100 watts. Like, that was the thing back in the day, I remember. And it had good flavor on it. I thought it had good flavor. A lot of people, a lot of reviewers I saw, some reviewers didn't like it, and some did. I personally, I always got good flavor off the original Arctic. And then about a year later, they came out with an Arctic Turbo. I actually never had that one. They were trying to compete with the Smock TFV4 with that one. They had 3 separate coils that you put into a chamber, like bullets. But I never had that one. I heard it's junk because one of the coils would go and you don't know what to fix or whatever. But then they upgraded the Arctic Turbo and came out with the Arctic V8. And the Arctic V8 was in comparison, and they were competing with the Smock TFV4 because they came out with these barrels, these coils that actually look very similar to the ones that are in the Arctic V12, just smaller. And now, for the Arctics, they have the Arctic V12, along with a whole bunch of other sub-ohm tanks that they make. You know, I know that Horizontech came out with the Phantom, the Arctic, they got the Cerakote, they got the Crixus. They even came out with an RTA called the Vertex. Then they came out with another one, I can't think of the name of it, but it came in different colors, like blood splat, like red paint splatter. I forget the name of it, but it came out recently. And now they have this, the Arctic V12. Like, this is just one badass sub-ohm tank. Alright guys, so that's enough rambling from me. If you are new to this channel, or if you're visiting, if you're a subscriber, keep on watching for more videos like this. But if you're new and I've earned your subscription, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Like this video, comment, and I'll catch you next time here. I'll also have links to my Facebook and my Instagram. You can follow me on those two sites. And I'll also have links for advocacy, like always, because we still need to fight for our right. It's still alive. Looks like with the new Republicans and the new Congress coming in, it looks like things might be good because Ron Johnson got reelected, and he was one of the guys that really supported vapors. And I think him getting into office had a lot to do with vapors because a lot of us vapors vote. And I know Donald Trump, I've heard some word about Donald Trump that he's not against vaping either. So I'll have links for the advocacy. I'll also have a link for the Right to Vape campaign for the AVA. And that does it for me, guys. So I hope you like this video, and I'll catch you next time here on Habitual Vape Reviews. Everybody have a great day.